Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Life's a changin', time's a changin'. Asmongold and Shoe on Head are talking about the same topics again. Who would have figured that the stars would align on this specific date, on this specific year? 2026, the year everything goes to hell. Not really. Honestly, if you ask me, over the past, don't have my watch on, 25 years of being alive, this feels more like the standard bullshit of normal that's been going on for my entirety of being alive. Like, for reference, I've survived the presidencies of Bill Clinton, Bush, Obama, the first Trump presidency, then I survived Biden, and now I'm living through the second Trump presidency. And let me tell you, I'm only 25. There are people older than me who have lived through way more hell on a stick than this. And let me tell you, the hellish stick, it gets long, it gets wide, it gets girthy, and overall it just goes everywhere. You know, it spreads its lovely red and white fluids everywhere with a tiny bit of blue mixed in. Let's face it, life in America has never been standard, it's never been normal, and it's never been sane. And you're insane for thinking it's been different any other year being alive. Like, from the 1700s to the modern day, I don't think we've ever had a year of peace. Sure, we've had peace treaties, but have we ever been at peace on our own shores? No, not really. Always been a fight, always been a war, always been a revolution, always been a civil rights movement, always been a punishment, always been a joyous conclusion that never actually concludes. This is just life in America, and I hate to break it to everyone. If you think protests, if you think federal agents, if you think the presidency, if you think any of this changes anything for anything for me, I hate to break it to y'all. It really doesn't. This feels exactly the same as everything else I have lived through. Just this time, ironically enough, it feels a tiny bit more tolerable, probably because I'm used to it and it's not actually all that better. Which is kind of a culture shock to me because I've been living in this era, this most recent presidency, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, it's not great, but it's tolerable, actually. Which is the funniest part to me. I'm sitting here finally going, man, this is tolerable for once, and I am watching the rest of the collective country and planet lose their fucking minds all over one individual who really does not have all that much power when you get down to it. Like, man, 50 states, hundreds of counties, thousands of towns. Y'all are tripping if you think you can convince me that one man truly holds all the dominoes here. It really doesn't. When I initially hopped on this video, I thought I was going to be talking about an ultra-specific subject matter. I thought I would be going off left, right, and center, bashing things, screaming, going, what the heck is wrong with all my fellow Americans and citizens of the world? But I don't think that's actually happening today, genuinely speaking. I don't think it's going to happen because I'm just here to tell you all you're out of your minds. And, yeah. That's just it. You're out of your minds. The last 24 years of my life has been the same level of stress and anxiety for every day of my life. The only time it was different is when I was a literal kid, and that's because I was a kid and my frontal cortex wasn't fully spawned yet. So, yeah. Context clues in hindsight, not much has really changed. It still feels standard. It still feels normal. Really the only big difference is we had COVID in 2020. That was it. That was the big changing of times for my generation, a micro pandemic. And then after that micro pandemic, we just got into the biggest fight of our lives over the next 5 to 6 years, and will mostly go on into 2030 and 2040 when I'm a geriatric old man. Well, I won't be a geriatric old man at 40, but let me tell you, mentally speaking, I'll probably feel like it if I have to keep going through all this exhaustive bullshit from my fellow citizens. Y'all are tripping. Y'all just want a villain. Y'all just want a conquest to go on. Y'all just want to look like the good guys when I know the rest of y'all are just as shitty as me. The rest of y'all have addictions. The rest of y'all have distractions. The rest of y'all have your outdated subject matters that you still might like. Reality is, you're just as dumb as me, you're just as horrendous as me, you're not that much better of a human being than me, and overall, I'd argue you're a scumbag just like me. We're Americans. We're the best of the world and we're the worst of the world all in one go. And nothing has changed at all. If you think electing a new president over the next 2, 3 years, whatever, is really going to change anything, I hate breaking it to you. No, it's not. The whole foundation is rotten, and you're worried about the roof having a leak. That's the reality of the world right now in the country we live in. You're so worried about the leak, you're ignoring the foundation. And you know what the foundation is? The foundation is you and me. We are the problem. I hate to break it to you. I know government has its problems, but they're not the problem. The problem is literally us. We're the foundation. We're the ones who encourage these bastards. We're the one who sends the money out and about. We're the ones who work the jobs. We're the ones who pay taxes. You want to start solving issues? Well, you got to start at the ground floor. In fact, below the ground floor, you need to go into the basement. We're the basement, we're the ground floor, we're the walls, and then government is just the roof and the infrastructure around those walls. Like literally, they are the HVAC, they are your insulation, they are your windows. They are not the core structure that is actually built around everything. That is us. So let me tell you, my fellow Americans, if you want to actually start solving problems, start solving your own problems, and maybe life around you will get a whole lot better. I've been Johnny Von Duke, and I'll see you all next time, bloody losers.